Hello and welcome. If you can see me and hear me, please drop me a 777 in the chat box and we'll make a start shortly. Okay, brilliant. Thank you. So my name is Dr. Jav. I'm a foreign exchange and cryptocurrency trader. And just to make things clear from the outset, this presentation, this webinar will last, I'd say around 40 or so minutes. And also to make it absolutely clear from the outset, you will not become an expert trader by the end of this webinar. This webinar is meant to be an introduction to trading so that you can walk away and start trading more or less immediately with us and via our mentorship program. So again, my name is Dr. Jav. I'm a foreign exchange and cryptocurrency trader, have been trading now for quite some time. If you can see my shared screen, please again, drop me a 333 in the chat box and we will then continue. Okay, thank you. So a little bit about myself before we go into foreign exchange trading. Now, going back a fair few years, in fact, quite a few years, when I was younger, I was always told to go to school, work hard, go to university, work hard again, so you can get a good job potentially for life. And that is what I did. I went to school, I worked extremely hard. I went to university, did the same again, left university with a few degrees and started my first job. Now, my first job out of university, I absolutely hated. I hated my first job to the core. And I decided very, very quickly, in fact, probably within like one day, that I could not work for anyone. And the only reason I stayed in that job was because obviously, once you leave university, you have bills to pay. And in the UK, whether you know this or not, the average debt of a university graduate is in the region of close to £50,000. In the USA, for example, you're looking at six figures, 100, 200,000 plus is your average debt once you leave university. Now, once I left that first job, after a few months, I actually bought a ticket to Australia. I was at Heathrow Airport and I came across the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If you're familiar with Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, please write Rich Dad, Poor Dad in the chat. Now, Rich Dad, Poor Dad was my first introduction to entrepreneurship. Now, obviously, I'd studied entrepreneurship and business at university as well. I studied marketing, but Rich Dad, Poor Dad was my first, I'd say, practical introduction to business. And he introduced me to what we know as the cash flow quadrant. And that is what you see on screen. That is the cash flow quadrant in pie chart format. And in its most basic of forms, the cash flow quadrant teaches us that if you want to be financially free, you have to be the 5%. Unfortunately, 95% of the world population, 7.8 billion people, which comes to around 7.4 billion, are actually poor, or they have more month at the end of the money every single month. It's the 5%, the business owners, the investors who are financially free. If you want to be financially free, you have to be an investor and or a business owner. Now, luckily for us, and again, I'm very, very grateful for this, as traders, as entrepreneurs, we form that 5%. And generally, if you were to walk down your local high street, walk past 100 people, 95 of those people would not be financially free. Now, unfortunately, at the moment, the middle class are the most affected by what's happening in the environment, the macro environment. And going forward, it's looking very, very likely that the middle class will disappear. So you'll only have the rich or the financially free, the 5%, and the remainder 95% will unfortunately be poor and have more month at the end of the money. So that would compose of people, whether they are in jobs or not, it will compose of people who are basically living on next to nothing. And that is what we're seeing at the moment. And we're moving towards that, unfortunately. And we'll see a lot more of that going forward in the next few years. So again, just to summarize that element of this webinar, if you want to be financially rich, if you want to be financially free, you need to be in that 5%. Now, going to foreign exchange is the exchange of one currency, for example, for another. So let me explain that in a very, very simple way. If you were to go to the USA, for example, from the UK, and you went to the local exchange or bank and changed your pounds for your dollars, then you will have taken part in the largest and most liquid currency markets in the world. If you go back to that exchange at a later date or time and make the same transaction again, you may be offered a different, what we call exchange rate. And I'm sure you've been to many places where you've seen, the numbers on the wall. For example, if you were to, I think it's Marks and Spencer's, they have that exchange as well. Many large supermarkets have exchanges as well. You see all those numbers, those are the currency rates. And as long as there's movement in the currency rates, we can actually profit from that movement. As long as there's volatility in the market, we profit from that volatility and have been doing so for an extremely long time. Now, the great thing about foreign exchange is that it's big. It's humongous. Foreign exchange is extremely big. It far surpasses the size of all the stock markets put together. In fact, up to $6.6 trillion is exchanged via forex every single day. Up to $6.6 trillion. Now, of that $6.6 trillion, $1 trillion is actually exchanged via banks. So your local banks, they are making over $1 trillion every single day from the foreign exchange market. And if you have a bank account, as many people do on this presentation, if you have a bank account, your money is being used in the foreign exchange market. And as a thank you to you, your bank will pay you back, 0.01% a year. Yet they continue to make over $1 trillion every single day. Not every single year, not every single month or week, every single day, working week, they are making over $1 trillion, and a lot of that is from your money. So they have the ideal business model. They don't even have to use their money. They can use your money and appreciate that and increase that every single day. Now, my mentor, going back a fair few years, he said to me, in the last 10 years, for the amount of money that has flown through your bank account, what did you make on that? What did you make on the money in your bank account over the last decade? And I had to think about that question for a few minutes, and my answer was a big fat zero. I've made close to zero on my money in my bank account in the last decade, and that is probably the case for many people around the world. And the reason for that is because historically interest rates have been extremely low, and henceforth your returns as a consumer, as a customer of that bank, would be close to zero. In fact, the truth is that because we have inflation, and inflation is set at a certain level, that number is higher than what the returns are from the bank. Henceforth, if you have a bank account, you've actually made a loss on your money. So you've made a loss on your money when you take inflation into account. And certainly, if you go to the shops today, you would have noticed food inflation, fuel inflation. A lot of things the prices have gone up by a huge percentage. And again, if you have a bank account, you've made a negative return on that. And again, going back to what my mentor said to me, he said to me, if I can show you a way where you can multiply your money every single day from your phone. So if you have a phone, one of these, you can actually use that to multiply your money every single day. And it does not matter where you are located. In the last few years, I've been to many places around the world. Obviously not for the last couple of years because of the lockdowns that we've been having, but generally, Singapore, Malaysia, the USA, many times, Australia, Europe, many countries in Europe. And the great news is I've been able to run my business from my mobile phone. And you can do that too, because when it comes to foreign exchange, there are just two prerequisites to foreign exchange. Number one, you need to be above the age of 18, certainly here in the UK. And number two, you need access to a smartphone. So if you complete those two, you're ready. The good news is you are ready and you can start trading immediately the largest and most liquid currency markets in the world. Now, foreign exchange, again, it's an amazing discipline. The foreign exchange is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, you can exchange via forex on your mobile phone. So you can effectively run a multi-million-pound business just from your mobile phone. You don't need a laptop. You don't need to necessarily have an office. You can do this from anywhere in the world, which is why certainly in the last few years, we have seen people come in their droves into the market. Currently in our organization, in our academy, our mentorship team, we have over 400,000 people, students, customers, call them whatever you want, who are learning how to trade every single day in 120 plus countries. And it does not matter where you are located. Your location is irrelevant. You could be in West India, you could be in Africa, Australia. It doesn't matter where you are based. You can run or use foreign exchange and achieve amazing returns from foreign exchange. And the great news is you don't have to even use all of your own money if you choose to. Again, this is your choice. You can use the system known as leverage, and quite often you can actually do this interest-free as well, whereby the broker will lend you money and you can achieve a return on the money that your broker gives to you. Now, foreign exchange, it's been around for a very, very long time, but recently, you know, if you look at the news, look at the media, there's been a lot of talk around digital currency. Now, let me give you an example of digital currency, Bitcoin. Bitcoin was conceived in 2009. Let's say the price of Bitcoin in 2009 was 10 cents or 10p if you're based in the UK. Does anyone actually know what the current price of Bitcoin is? Let me know via the chat box. Does anyone actually know what the current price of Bitcoin is? Okay, I've had a few messages privately. Yes, I mean, the current price of Bitcoin is in the region of $47,000. Obviously, there's the volatility in the market. We have ebbs and flows in every market, and currently around $47,000, and that is the price from 10 or even 1 cent 10, 11 years ago. Bitcoin is the highest appreciating asset in all asset classes. We are expecting Bitcoin, which is one coin out of 11,000 plus altcoins, to hit the magic 6 figures in the next few months. So Bitcoin will far surpass the $100,000 mark. And if you're currently not invested in Bitcoin, then you need to start doing that as soon as possible, because the future of money is digital. And later during this presentation, I will go and do a deeper dive into cryptocurrencies. So just bear with me. And going back to what my mentor was saying to me, what he said to me was, what if I could show you a way where you can earn an extra income without it affecting your current commitments? So my background is entrepreneurship. I had several businesses before I was introduced to trading. And again, I was able to do this without it affecting my current commitments. And also my mentor said to me was, what if I can show you how to make more money than you are currently making? I didn't believe him at the time. I didn't think it was possible, but because I kept my income options open, what I've learned in the last few years in the financial industry is absolutely amazing. And that is one of the reasons why banks do trading. Banks do trading because they can achieve amazing, amazing returns from this discipline. So what we are doing is no different to what banks do every single day. Now, there's different classes of trading. You can scout the market, you can excuse me, do longer term trading, you can do day trading, and also you can do high frequency trading. If you have very little patience, you can do binary options, which means that you can effectively make money in minutes. Now, I'm not going to make any income claims on this webinar, but we have people who've achieved financial freedom from 5 figures a month, 6 figures a month, and even in some cases 7 figures a month. And you can achieve that from trading, which is why it's such an amazing, amazing discipline. And many, many people are doing it today. In addition to trading, something else that we can help you with is to develop your e-commerce business. So I've been online now for probably, I said 2 decades or so. I made my first dollar, well over 10 years ago from the online marketplace. And it's the best feeling in the world when you wake up in the morning and you've achieved some sales and all you've done is sleep over that night. And that is what you can do from I'd say e-commerce, and drop shipping is just one example of e-commerce. And we can show you how to drop ship. I know many people around the world who like to drop ship, and drop shipping in a nutshell basically means that you never need to hold the product or service yourself. So you're selling from A to B or C, whatever you want to call it, but you act as the middleman or middlewoman and you keep the profits. So if you're interested in e-commerce and in working from home and achieving great returns from e-commerce, then certainly you are in the right place. And we will also show you how to get started on our e-commerce mentorship program if you choose to. So how do we actually teach you and show you how to trade? We have something known as our Go Live platform, which basically means that you will sit down with your mentors every single day, whenever you've got time, and watch him or her trade. And you will place the same trades as your mentor every single day, which effectively means that you can achieve the same success as your mentor. Now, one of my mentors, he said to me, a while back, if you want to achieve success in a certain discipline, you have to find someone who is already doing it successfully, and then you need to emulate them or copy them. And that is the opportunity that we will provide you. We will actually assign you with mentors so that you can sit down with your mentors every single day and you can learn how to trade. That is how I learned to trade, and that is how I am perfecting my art, certainly within the trading discipline. And our traders, many of them, in fact, all of them, are 6- and 7-figure earners. And again, they will give you the knowledge that they themselves use. Their own training that they will give you will ensure that you become a very, very profitable trader. So live mentorship is extremely important. And again, it's how, if you go back years and years, it's how we've learned how to do anything in particular. A bit like the apprenticeship relationship, where your mentor will hold your hand and show you and ensure that you trade successfully. Now, once you join our trading platform, our academy, you will also have access to certain models and charts. And one such example is what you can see on screen here. This is the harmonics model, and this will actually, in fact, this model pumps out the entry point, the stop loss, and take profit numbers for trades every few minutes. So we're actually giving you trades as well. So you don't need any knowledge in trading whatsoever, regardless of what you may have heard outside, to earn profit on your trades, because we will actually give you trades as well. And we have live trading sessions, like I said earlier, every single day. And all you have to do is copy us and you will achieve a profit on your trades. Now, obviously, you're not going to make 100% on every single trade that you place. It's actually in the region of around 80 or so percent profitable, the trades that we provide you with. So 8 out of 10 trades will earn you a profit. And all of this you can do on the go. You can be working full time, because obviously, like I said earlier, this will not affect your current commitments. When it comes to copying and pasting trades, it literally takes around, I'd say 30 or so seconds to place a trade on your mobile phone. Now, if you don't know how to copy and paste, it's not a problem, because we have mentors all over the world that will be assigned to you, and they'll be able to show you how to trade the markets, how to copy and paste the trades for profit every single day. Great news is that we've actually partnered up with a guy called Bob Proctor. Now, when it comes to trading, whether you know this or not, and if you're new to trading, you probably won't know this, but trading is 90 to 99% in your head. Mindset. We as professional traders understand this, and this is why we have partnered up with Bob Proctor, who is a mindset and personal development coach. And Bob Proctor will personally train you and teach you every single week on how to develop your mindset for success. It's an amazing partnership we have. And myself personally, I've been learning from Bob Proctor. I've been mentored by Bob Proctor for now well over a decade. And this is something that we will offer you as well as part of our academy and mentorship program. Now, many of you might be asking, how do I get started? I'm going to briefly show you how to get started. And I'm going to see if my colleagues on the call let him show you or tell you and teach you how he's doing in the academy, and then we'll run into or do a deeper dive into cryptocurrency. Now, to get started, whether you believe this or not, is just $235 approximately for the Foreign Exchange Academy. If you want to learn how to do high frequency trading, it's the same price. If you want to learn how to do just cryptocurrency trading, again, it's the same price. And the same price again if you only want to do e-commerce. If you want to do all of the above, apart from e-commerce, if you want to do all of the above trading disciplines, foreign exchange, high frequency trading, and also digital currency trading, then the price is what you see for the Elite Academy, which is $325. So for $200 to $300, you can learn how to trade the largest and most liquid currency markets in the world. Now, when I started trading all those years ago, I did a bit of research, market research, call it whatever you want to, and I wanted to see how much educational providers were charging to learn how to trade. And the average price, in fact, the range of prices I found were from $5,000 to about £20,000-30,000. So $200 to $300 to learn how to trade is absolutely amazing. Now, when it comes to the monthly costs that you can see there, you do not necessarily have to pay those monthly costs. And the reason for that is that we have a scholarship scheme. And here's how the scholarship scheme works. Should you recommend 2 people to the platform and they join and become active customers, you do not need to pay that monthly cost. Now, let me give you an example. If you were to go to a restaurant, you enjoyed the food, you enjoyed the ambience of that restaurant, you came back home and you thought, had a great experience. You then tell your friends about it, and your friends go to the same restaurant, you will not get paid for that recommendation. What we are doing and for you is that we're actually paying you for that recommendation. And it is possible to actually earn an income from those recommendations as well, which I'll talk about briefly later during this presentation. What I want to do now is see if my colleague is on the call, and I will ask my colleague, let me just check to see if he's on the call first, to maybe say a few words and talk about his experiences. So just bear with me a second. Okay, I can't seem to see him on the call, but I do have Quanisha on the call. So what I'll do is I will bring Quanisha onto the call, and she's also one of our traders. She's a young trader based in the USA. Let me just see if she's on the call first. Quanisha, are you on the call?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, brilliant. Just bear with me a second. I'll just pull you on. So Quanisha, and like I said earlier, she's based in the USA. She's a young trader, has been trading now for a few months. I'm sure she can tell you herself, but she is doing absolutely amazing at the moment. Quanisha, is your video working?
Let's see. Oh, yes, here I am. Hi.
Hi, Quanisha, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing awesome. I'm just going to spotlight your video. So if you just let everybody know how you've been doing, and also, where you're from and why you're doing this, and let's take it away. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for this, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Zoom meeting. Thank you for putting this all together and having me on. So I just want to, I'm going to keep this short and simple, but as you guys all know, my name is Quanisha Cutchamber. I'm 25 years old. I'm currently a Ohio State University student. I am majoring in business management and network marketing. And, what really got me into this industry is that, since I am studying network marketing, this is a wonderful way to learn how to multiply money and to see the charts a lot more clear since I am studying it in college. So what better way to do this as a full-time job and to have this as, a full-time student as well. And it really, honestly, just benefits amazing for me, because not only that it's easier for me, but just learning a skill set and having a great mindset and just learning new things every single day as I go along with this network marketing industry, it's something that really puts a toll on me. And honestly, I can honestly just cannot be, more than happy and more than grateful than to have
How's the trading going, Quanisha?
So trading is honestly, it's going good. It's amazing. It's easy. It's really easy. The strategies are very good. Like you said, when you first get into this business, there are different strategies to use. So you just pick which one that benefits you. And, you just trade and learn and, learn and win.
That's amazing, Quanisha. So what made you get into trading in the first place? Obviously, I know you're a student as well. What made you start trading, and what do you see in the future for yourself?
So what got me into starting trading is that, not only that I am studying this in college, but, I wanted to dive deeper into the network marketing and learning more how to multiply money and to, manage my finances. So this is a really good opportunity. And especially with me being young, I want to, take hold of my finance and,
Okay.
just follow everything and just be good with it.
Okay, that's brilliant. I think Quanisha's being a bit modest. She's almost financially free, and obviously she's been doing it for a few months. So Quanisha, thank you for that. That was absolutely amazing. So Quanisha is actually one of our star traders. And sorry, Quanisha, last question. Sorry, which style of trading it works the best for you? Is it high frequency trading? Do you scout the market, or are you more of a day trader?
I'm more of a day trader. I'm more of a day trader and high frequency.
Okay,
I love all three strategies, the FRX and HFX and the DCX, but I love high frequency trading.
okay, brilliant. Thank you for that, Quanisha. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you for coming on the call. So what I want to do now is I'm going to do a deeper dive into cryptocurrencies to just have a look at what's happening in the marketplace. So one of my favorites is obviously cryptocurrency. I've been doing this now for quite a few years. So just bear with me as I share my screen. Again, if you can see my screen, please drop me a 333 in the chat box. Can you see my screen? Okay, cool. Yes, you can. I've just had a question from Andrea. Can we ask questions? Yes, you can ask questions. I'll try and answer them as we go through this presentation. So if you look at this, this is Gecko, and Gecko is one of the platforms or websites I come on quite regularly. And Gecko actually shows you how the coins are performing. And as you can see here, Bitcoin is the largest coin in the marketplace. Currently, the price of Bitcoin is around $57,000. Ethereum, which is based around smart contracts, is the second largest coin in the marketplace, and currently Ethereum is around $3,700, so almost $4,000. Now, there are many other coins in the marketplace. In fact, there are 11,000 plus altcoins in the marketplace. 11,000 plus altcoins in the marketplace, and you can actually trade those altcoins every single day as we do. Now, obviously, you don't have to trade all 11,000 altcoins. In my particular case, I'll probably look at around 20 to 30 or so coins, and I trade them on a daily basis. So you don't need to trade all 11,000 plus cryptocurrencies. Now, we have some people who only focus on one or two. For example, one of our mentors only does Bitcoin. We have another mentor, he only does Ripple. So whatever style of trading you want to do, whichever coins you want to trade, we can help you with that, because we do have many mentors that can show you how to trade every single day. Now, looking at this over the last 24 hours, we can see a lot of green in the marketplace, which basically indicates that the prices have gone up. So in the last 24 hours, the prices have gone up, or the coins have appreciated in value. For the last 7 days, we've seen a similar pattern. At the moment, we are currently in a bull run. So, excuse me, a bull run basically means that the prices of coins are going up. Now, if you briefly look at the Bitcoin chart, you can see what's been happening over the last few weeks and months. So I'm just going to pan that down a bit. So you can see that we're in a bit of a bull run at the moment. So the prices are going up. Now, the price of Bitcoin at its peak was around $65,000, and that is what you can see here. So at its peak, the price of Bitcoin was $65,000. Currently, the price of Bitcoin for this particular exchange, which is Coinbase, is around $57,000. So just by looking at those two prices, you can see that we are still 10% below the highest price, or the ATH, for Bitcoin. We still have quite a bit to do with Bitcoin, but certainly the price, as you can see, is still going up. We are still in a bull run, and we are expecting the price of Bitcoin in the next few weeks, in the next few months, to hit the magic $100,000. So in the next few weeks, next few months, we are expecting Bitcoin to hit $100,000 as a minimum. I'm personally expecting Bitcoin potentially to go to maybe 150, maybe even $200,000 plus. And again, that will happen most likely during the current bull run. And again, when it comes to Bitcoin, we have something known as Bitcoin halving, which every 4 years the supply of Bitcoin to the marketplace halves. So the previous halving occurred last year. We are expecting the next halving to occur in 3 years' time. And whenever a halving occurs, the price of Bitcoin shoots through the roof. Now, during the previous halving, we can see what happened, and the previous halving was 4 years ago, and look at what happened. You can see this peak here, and I'm just going to make this easier to see, but you can see exactly what happened then. The price of Bitcoin basically shot through the roof, and again, we are expecting the same to happen again this halving, in fact, this next few months, and this happens every 4 years. So if you look at this, you can see what happened. I think the halving was in 2016, and since then, when that happened, the price of Bitcoin over a period of weeks, months, shot through the roof. So during the previous bull run, Bitcoin hit $20,000. And prior to that, the price of Bitcoin, if you look at this, it was only like a couple of $1,000s. From a couple of $1,000s to $20,000 in the space of just a few months. And again, currently we're seeing the same exact thing, but this time we are expecting Bitcoin to go beyond the 6 figures. So if you are not currently invested in Bitcoin, you need to look at this very, very seriously, because you will potentially miss the current bull run, and then you'll have to wait another 3 or so years to catch the next one. Henceforth, at the moment, if you're watching this webinar, you probably the top 1% of people who are aware of cryptocurrencies, and you know the importance of digital money. In the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, we're going to move in hordes towards cryptocurrencies. Many banks around the world, many countries are now creating their own, or if they haven't done this already, they are creating their own digital currencies. So we're moving towards a digital society where you will no longer reach into your wallets to pull out notes. Everything's going to be done via your smartphone, which is again why I talked about smartphones earlier during this webinar. As long as you have a smartphone, as long as you are over the age of 18, you can actually trade with us. So Bitcoin's the largest cryptocurrency in the market. If I look at Ethereum as well, Ethereum is based on smart contracts. Again, look at how the price has gone up in just the last few months. Now, let me give you an example. Had you bought, let's have a look. Let's go to October, excuse me, of last year. So October last year, the price of one Ethereum was around $300. Had you bought one Ethereum last year around this time and sold it, say today, you'd be looking at a profit of around $3,500. And all you've done is trade twice. You bought when the price was low and you sold when the price was high. Now we do this over and over again. We catch the peaks in the market and also the troughs. Obviously every market has its ebbs and flows, and we buy low and we sell high over and over and over again. So you can trade multiple times in a day or every several days, depending on your preferred market style. And again, we'll teach you this, and you can trade the market for profit. So ETH is another recommendation that we have. But again, there's many coins that you can trade, other coins that you can potentially trade. Cardano is a great coin as well. Polkadot is another really good coin. Kusama, another coin that I look at every single day. We have Ripple, which I talked about earlier. Again, we have mentors that will teach you and show you how to trade Ripple as well. So if you're looking at this chart now thinking, what is going on? I have not got a clue as to what is going on. Don't worry about it, because I was in the same shoes just a few years ago. I did not even know what trading was. I did not even know what trading was a few years ago, but now obviously I've become a professional trader and I'm still learning every single day. And that is the reason we have this amazing academy and we have amazing mentors who are able to show us how to trade every single day. So if you're willing to learn, if you're willing to build a legacy and create generational wealth, this is not just an opportunity. You are able to build a legacy and create generational wealth. You are in the right place, because digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, that is the future of money. Now, currently we are in the month of October. And if you look at this table over here, and this pans back to 2013, and if you just focus on October for a few minutes, you will see that in October, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we had 6 years out of 8 years where the price appreciated. So, it was a bull month, and currently we are expecting another bull month. Currently, the price of Bitcoin has gone up by 27%, and today it's the, what is it? Let's have a look. The 14th of October. So in 14 days, the price of Bitcoin has gone up 27%. If you were to buy a property today, my question to you is, would that property go up by 27% without you doing anything to that property within 14 days? Obviously, you can buy below market value, and there's another argument there, but I'm not going to go into that. But generally, if you were to buy a property, chances are it would not have gone up by 27% without you doing anything to it within 14 days. Had you bought one Bitcoin 14 days ago and sold it today, you'd be looking at a profit of almost 30%. And we are expecting October to be another bull month, and this number is likely to go up further. In 2017, which was just after the previous halvening, we saw an increase of 47% and 60% in 2013. But look at what happened in November. In November, again, it's another bull month. Look at this. In 2013, the price of Bitcoin went up by 450%. In 2017, 53%. 2020, 42%. So the price has obviously gone up again in November, and we're expecting the same thing again. And again, I'm just showing you this chart so you can see what's happening in the marketplace. And again, I'm just staying on Bitcoin for a bit because it is the largest cryptocurrency in the market. Now with Bitcoin, if you look at this, we are still in this cycle. So we've just gone beyond one. We are around here somewhere. Obviously you can't see it here. We are around here somewhere. And we are likely, during this second peak, we are very, very likely to hit $80,000, maybe 90 or even $100,000. And following that, the price will come down and then we'll hit the next peak. And the next peak is likely to be well beyond the $100,000 mark. So you hit the magic six figures. So that's just a quick breakdown of what's happening in the cryptocurrency space. And again, that is one of the reasons I love trading cryptocurrencies and why I've been trading cryptocurrencies for a very, very long time. Now, my name is Dr. Jav. I hope you've enjoyed this webinar. Obviously, we're not going to make you an expert trader on this webinar, but I hope you've enjoyed this webinar. And just to reiterate what I said earlier, this is not just another business opportunity. This is a solution that will build you or help you build a legacy and create generational wealth. Now, let us help you make your yearly your monthly. Many, many people around the world, well, they work for 40 hours a week for 40 years, only to retire on 40% of what they could not afford to live on in the workplace. In China, they have something known as 996, where you are expected to work from 9 a.m. in the morning to 9 p.m. 6 days a week. And if you do not do that, then they'll say goodbye to you because they have another billion people that could potentially do that as well. Now, again, I know many people that are still employees, they work for other people, and they've had enough of their jobs. They want to try something different. Now, my recommendation to you is, if you're on this webinar, if you want to try something differently, if you want to earn an income from home or from wherever you are, give this a go. Because unless you try it, you will never know. The secret of getting ahead is to get started. And a journey of 1,000 miles, it begins with a single step. Let us help you take that single step. My name is Dr. Jav. My recommendation to every single person on this webinar and to every single person watching this on YouTube, we are live on YouTube as well, is to get back to the person that recommended you attend this webinar, and let's get you started. As soon as you register with us, we'll assign you with a mentor who will work with you every single day until you are successful, and because they will ensure that you become a trader. And just remember this, your success is our success. My name is Dr. Jav. Again, thank you for your time. Any questions, feel free to reach out to me via social media or to the person that recommended you attend this call. Thank you for your time, and I will see you on the inside.